I was just trying to sit back and enjoy some Sunday night football, and all of a sudden, you guessed it, I hear Now let's go toss some plastic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today is the 4th installment of our vlog series, and boy, time seems to just be flying by lately. I hope you guys are enjoying the vlog series, and if you are, please take a second, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. It does help the channel out tremendously. Today we find ourselves in Woodruff, South Carolina to check out Tiger Park Disc Golf Course. A really unexpected thing that came of doing this vlog series is now I have to keep my windshield clean all the time. You know what I mean? That was not part of the deal. Even being 6'8", it's very hard to reach the windshield. Greta does sit pretty tall, so it is a major pain in the butt, and I blame you guys. I'll come out and say it, I just blame you guys. No one likes to regularly clean their windshield.
So you're thinking of me, but you're just lonely. Tell me I'm special, but to you I'm anybody.
We came here to check out Tiger Park Disc Golf Course, but guys, I'm gonna call an audible. Honestly, I do not feel like playing disc golf at all today. Sometimes taking a day or a couple days away from the course is really good. It gives your body a nice break, it gives your mental a nice break, and then when you get back to the course, for me anyway, I feel very reset, I feel focused again and like I'm ready to go. I do see some water way out there in the distance that I was piquing my curiosity, so I think we're just gonna grab the longboard, I'll take you guys along for the ride, and we'll go check out what that water situation is. Let's go. It is an absolutely beautiful day out here. I absolutely love to longboard, just ripping through a park, just like the old days back in high school. It's still fun, and I still have the same board. Well, there's the water I was telling you guys about. I think it's just more of a dirt pit. I could not get over how big this park is. Just from where I'm standing, I can see 6 different baseball and softball fields. We definitely struck out with the little water there, but I wonder if we can get in that tower. I highly doubt it, but you know what? We can try. Well, I learned 2 things on that endeavor. 1, I could not make it to the top of the tower, and 2, there are people that work here and monitor such activities. So with that being a bust, the awesome water I saw being a bust, that's kind of all I had planned for this longboarding session. So we're just gonna awkwardly transition into the next phase of the video. It is a new day, and unfortunately, guys, it is a rain day. It's supposed to rain all day today and all day tomorrow. You absolutely hate to see it. It does give us a lot of time to bang out some editing, which is good. You will start to feel very cramped up after a while being stuck in the van, but you can't necessarily just get a break from it and go outside. I have no problem going outside and doing some exploring in the rain, but one thing that I've learned van lifing that really caught me off guard is it can be extremely difficult to dry things. It was not something that I ever really thought about, but when you're not in that midsummer heat and you have a whole soaked outfit, it can be extremely hard to get it to dry unless it just happens to be on a laundromat day. A rain day here and there is actually very helpful. It keeps you on track of the editing process, but when it becomes more than one day in a row, that's when it gets super difficult. And it's not the most pleasant thing to be editing in an ice box. I don't know if you guys can tell, but you can see my breath in here right now. The computer loves it. It keeps my computer nice and cool, but you'll actually have to take breaks to warm your hands up so you can keep going. The rain is extremely loud in the van, and it's very nice when you're getting ready to go to bed. It kind of drowns out all the other sounds and the craziness that is supermarket parking lots. But when you wake up in the morning, it's very unpleasant because you'll just be cracking your eyes. You could potentially fall back asleep, but the rain is slamming. It sounds like somebody's just throwing hammers on the roof of the van. So then it's just time to get up, time to deal with it, and time to move on with your day. So we're just gonna hunker down, we're gonna get a bunch of stuff done, and then we're gonna shoot to Planet Fitness, get a break from it all, upload our videos for the weekend, take a shower, maybe get a little workout in, and then guess what we're doing later? More editing. I know, this is the kind of content that you guys love, but reality is this is most of it, just a ton and ton of editing. As you can tell, we are currently sitting in the middle of a monsoon, and when I say monsoon, I mean it. It has been downpouring since about 1 a.m. this morning. It actually woke me up. The rain was so loud hitting the van. Didn't fall back asleep until about 3:30, and it has not slowed down. There's flooding, storms, lightning, thunder, all kinds of crazy stuff going on here in South Carolina. We are going to be trapped in the van the entire day. We have made our way to Dolly Cooper Park in Greenville, South Carolina. And why did we leave so hastily? Well, let me tell you. I had an absolutely great sleeping spot in a supermarket. I always call ahead to get permission. I always play things by the book and I play them safe. But guess what happened the last night I was there? I was just trying to sit back and enjoy some Sunday night football, and all of a sudden, you guessed it, I hear, and I got a visit from the police. The cop said I was called in not by the supermarket that I was staying at, but by a surrounding business. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. The supermarket did not share a parking lot with any other business. I kind of feel like I was called in just by a customer who may have came there back-to-back days and noticed Greta. Situations like this always kind of feel like a gut punch. You don't feel like the best. You usually kind of feel looked down on. I don't like to use the word profiling, but in reality, that's kind of what's going on. Overall, the cops were pretty cool, and they usually are, but at the same time, they were definitely doing their looking. While one was talking to me, the other one's going around the van, trying to shine his flashlight and anywhere to try to find anything. After situations like that, even though I don't have anything in the van, your adrenaline is still gonna pump up and it's hard to get back to sleep. They told me that they were gonna go double check my story with the manager, and then they just never came back. But for a while, I'm sitting there waiting, trying to look to see if they will return. I don't even think they went in there, to be honest. I just think that they were trying to call my bluff. And another thing is, though, honestly, even though I know I'm doing everything by the book, you do still feel very humiliated. You are in a bigger van that a lot of people would call a creepy van. You're getting questioned by the cops. You can see that he's trying to search in it. You're in a public place. There's all these people standing around looking. It makes you just want to fire the van up and leave, but honestly, I didn't have a backup plan of where to go. I did not have permission from anywhere else, and it was pretty late. So those kind of situations will really kind of mess with you for a few days at least. So needless to say, we have not gotten a ton of sleep the last 2 nights between the monsoon and the police. I really hope that that does not occur anytime in the near future, but I'm sure it will definitely pop up again. Figured I would just pop up here and report to you guys that I just got an alert on my phone that says National Weather Service, a flash flood warning is effect in this area until 3 p.m. This is a dangerous and life-threatening situation. Do not attempt to travel unless you are fleeing an area subject to flooding or under an evacuation order. I have never gotten any kind of alert like that. It has been a roller coaster over the last few days. I was gonna fire Greta up and drive around this park a little bit and show you guys some of the flooding, and she won't start. I'm not kidding at all. She's not starting. The battery's dead. I'm not sure what happened, but I really hope that someone comes driving around here. Luckily, there have been a few. There was a state trooper that came through here earlier. There's been a few cars that have driven through here. So let's cross our fingers and really hope that someone comes by and we can get a jump. Well, we're still waiting. I got my raincoat on. I'm waiting for somebody else who also wanted to go to Dolly Cooper Park in a monsoon, so hopefully we get lucky. I do have jumper cables. We just need someone to drive by, and hopefully they're nice enough to help us out. So I actually just saw someone walking down with an umbrella in the field checking out the flooding going on, and so I ran down there, and very nice guy. I think he'll be able to give us a jump. I'm not sure where he's parked or how long it will take him to get over here, but that is very good news. All right, here he comes. What an absolute legend. Absolute legend. Thank you so much.
Oh, not a problem. I've had to do that. Ask somebody to help me.
Pretty serious rainfall we got going on here.
Yep. I'm glad we have it. I thought yours was on this side. That's why I poured like this.
Oh.
Can't have that to happen.
Did you get that alert on your phone about the crazy flood warnings?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from out of state, and I was just traveling around, and I was like, oh, this seems like a pretty high spot, so.
Yeah. It's a pretty nice place. Where are you from?
Michigan.
Oh, you're a long way from home.
Yeah.
There you go. So it's up now. You'll be ready to go.
Oh, thank you, sir. Have a good day. Well, crisis averted. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I kind of got some like Final Destination vibes there. You get the alert on your phone of extreme danger, and then you go to start the van to leave the extreme danger, and it's dead. Sheesh. Well, me and Greta officially survived the monsoon in Greenville, South Carolina in 2024. So that's exciting. It's not windy, it's just a beautiful day, nice warm temperatures. We are gonna walk the course, hopefully get some awesome B-roll for you guys, and let's see what we find. The sheer amount of rain that this storm brought was absolutely insane. I think on the weather app it said about 5 inches. To put that into perspective, the parking lot is about 200 yards that way, and about 100 yards in front of us we have a little makeshift pond. The water is still running down the super long creek that it made to the pond, and the rain stopped probably 50 minutes ago. And I know what you guys are thinking, Hunter, you crazy person, what happened to your legs? Guys, don't worry, they're just camouflage muck boots. I know that they are that good, but it's just camo, my legs are there, so don't worry about it. Being that I've never been here before, I'm not sure what the water level usually sits at, but seeing something like that tree right there is pretty crazy. It makes you think that this river has rose a ton over the last 15 hours. Looks like this spot right here has some huge washout going on. A big chunk of this hill is missing. Guys, never underestimate the power of water or a fast moving stream. Always remember that. That's the current situation of some of the tee pads here. As you guys can see, it's completely washed over. It's some old turf. I don't even see a tee sign, so I'm not sure when this course will dry up and be ready to film, but just the way it goes sometimes. Well, we did finally find a tee sign. They are pretty simple, but you know what? They get the job done, and plus they are mobile. That's always a bonus in case you need to pick it up, move it anywhere, get it out of your way. Just an added bonus is all. Does anybody know what is going on here? There's just a ton of bubbles coming up out of the ground. Obviously, this is extremely flooded. That's a bench right there under about 6 inches of water. But there's all these bubbles coming up. I have no idea what they are. It's super interesting. If anyone knows, please let me know. Now that is some serious flooding. The question I have for you guys, is it deeper than my muck boots? That's currently what's going through my head. My muck boots are probably, I don't know, 20, 22 inches tall. Can we make it through there? If they fill with water, that's like a bad week in van life. It would take me at least a week to get these boots to dry. But is it worth it? That's the question. I already know the answer is no. You know what I mean? There's nothing really exciting going on over there, but we could say we tried. Well, needless to say, guys, we are definitely not gonna make it. As you can see, the water's almost to the top of my boots and we have a long way to go. But the crazy thing here is you can see how high the water got at some point. That's what this loose debris is on the railing. So in the peak of this, it was still another foot deeper. Absolutely crazy. It was rather crazy of me to think that we were actually gonna get to the end of this. I did walk around the long way. Look how high that water is. There's only like 1.5 feet of railing left, and this railing is at least 4 feet tall. And you can see there's a huge tree stuck on the boat loading ramp, the kayak ramp over there, and there's also a homeless guy's tent. So there's just a lot going on over here. You know what I mean? Just a lot going on. As we wrap up the overview of the course, although most of the B-roll and pretty much everything we talked about was not course related, but that's kind of how the vlogs work. I want to leave you guys on a weird little story. Back when I got to Pipeline to film my vlog for you guys, somebody did come up to me. They recognized the van. They recognized me from the channel. Very awesome guy. We chatted for quite a while and then we just split ways. Fast forward a handful of days and I was at Tiger Park getting ready to film, and boom, there he was again. Complete happenstance. He's not even from this area. We ran into each other again, chatted for a bit, and then separated ways. And then today, while waiting for this huge monsoon to pass and we have switched cities, we are now in Greenville. Guess who showed up? The same guy. Absolutely wild. I don't know what he was doing here in this crazy weather, trying to get around in. I respect it a lot more than I'm gonna do when it's blowing 30 miles an hour, but absolutely wild situation. And listen, if you watch the videos, if you want to hang out or something, just let me know. You know what I mean? You don't got to follow me around. We can be cool about it.